We've got the biggest in the game right now, man. Cassper Nyovest is in the building. Welcome to East Coast Drive Zone. I think before we even talk about Fill Up and obviously what you've done, I just wanted to say from my side, well done for what you've done for the culture, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I was at F&B last year, and I'd watched you push it and talk about it and say what's going to happen. To actually be in the stadium, watching it come together, made me realize that, man, I need to dream bigger. Because I often find that it's a scary place to be, to even think that big, man. And what you've done with Family Tree, what you've done with Nadia Nakai, with Sekho, like, I think well done, guy. We don't give each other enough props.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But let's get to it, man. So I think the one that's on top of obviously everybody's mind obviously has to be the passing away, obviously, of HHP. I think because of the relationship that you guys have.
Yeah.
For me, the first time I actually saw you, even on TV, was actually through HHP. I think it's a song that he did with Tasman.
Yeah.
I think that song, you know. And I think he did another song with Omar. I can't remember what the past time.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, how are you feeling? How are you coping, obviously, with him passing away?
I go through so many emotions through the day. I'm like still numb.
Yeah.
Like I'm still feels like a dream, you know, because it's so sudden, you know. It's not like he was sick.
Yeah.
And
he was doing interviews like the week before.
It's like, it's so sudden. And I have so many questions. And then like the first time I cried was at the memorial when they played one of my favorite songs from him.
Yeah.
That he made about he's special somebody, and like it was a song that I really loved.
Yeah.
And to think like, man, I'll never ever speak to him about this song, and then I broke down, and then I was okay. Then I spoke. I didn't even cry when I was speaking, and then after speaking, I remembered everything else I wanted to say that I didn't say.
That you didn't say then, yeah.
That I'm not gonna have a chance to speak about ever again. And then sometimes, like last night, I was just sitting in my bed, and I'm like, man, like, what if maybe I should have called him that day. I don't, you know, I've got so many things that go through my mind, and it's just, I don't know.
Do you think that the friendship was established that day when he grabbed your sunglasses off your face? Was that the day when it was all official?
I think he was always just a brother. You know? It was more than a friendship. He was my big brother, and he always let me know, like, that I'm the younger
Keep
brother.
humble.
Yeah, and but he respected me a lot, and it's crazy for me because he had so many friends.
Yeah.
And he put on so many people, and his passing and the attention that was put on me was weird for me because I'm like, yo, it's not just me.
As if you are the only person that, because it's something that I wanted to talk about, because when he passed on, the first that, like, I forgot about everybody else.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, man, but I don't think Cassper did enough. Like, did you feel that pressure from us, the fans, literally saying to you, Cassper, we think you didn't put this guy on enough?
People don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the times people don't understand the situation as much as the person who's inside of it. Like me and Jabba, our relationship was not only music. We were like brothers. So even when we fought, we were fighting about more than just music and the industry. We did real disagreements. Jabba used to swear at me on the phone, and I couldn't swear back because it's my brother. And it's a relationship that no one would ever understand. I'm just glad that before this happened, we kind of had, you know, a conversation, and just I told him one more time that, you know, I love you and I appreciate you and I appreciate everything that you've ever done for me, and I'll never forget.
Yeah.
I'm glad I had that moment, because if I didn't have that moment, it would be something else, you know. I would be beating myself down.
Cassper, so I've just played, obviously, Superman, song dedicated to your dad.
Yeah.
You touch on something that a lot of black men usually don't. We never ever speak about our dads, generally in the positive light, and all the ones that have great relationships never actually voice it out.
Yeah, true.
When did you and your dad make up, or have you guys always been cool? Because most people
I've always had a dope relationship with my dad. And dope question, I think it's dope that someone listens to music and analyzes stuff like that, because that's one of the reasons I made that song. Like within like the hip hop genre, there's a lot of songs where people just swear at their dads. You know? And it's not all of us who had bad relationships with our fathers, even though my relationship with my mom was dope. But it was cool to make a song about my father, because I've never heard, too many songs that speak in a positive light. Because my father was always around, and we always had a dope relationship. And a lot of my personality I get from my father.
I've seen you guys literally getting lit together. And I'm like, this guy.
He's a lit human being.
Yeah.
He's always like dancing. Everybody loves him. He's always friendly. He's always joking. When you walk through the mall with my father, it's like the most irritating thing.
Yeah.
Because every 10 steps he stops to like take a picture or talk to like an old colleague. And yeah, so our relationship was mad dope since I was a kid.
Do you say, I love you, Dad?
I do. I mean, my brother passed on when I was, my biological brother passed on when I was 14, 15. And the last time I saw him, he left. Before he left, he said, I love you. And I said, I never said I love you too. So that moment haunted me for a long time. So that's when I learned to, constantly tell people
What did your dad say the first time you said you loved him? Because generally our dads aren't used to that. Like, what did he say when you said, hey?
It was a text, so I didn't see his face.
That's how you ease into it, you see.
So I don't know how he really reacted.
Who's your favorite artist outside of your own genre?
Besides Nadia, but she's hip hop.
Yeah.
I like Java.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Java a lot.
Yeah.
I love Black Coffee.
You like the successful ones?
They're successful for a reason.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If a lot of people like them, there must be a reason. And then I love a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah.
Like Kaifa Semenya, Bongo Muffin.
Yeah.
Mafigizolo, like that's like the stuff I listen to.
Cassper, as you're obviously in the public eye, fans are always throwing things at you. I always watch social media about the stuff that they accuse you of.
Yeah.
So I want us to address all of them so you don't have to tweet about it anymore.
Yeah.
I think the one that always stands out is, are you sleeping with Nadia?
That's a hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
You've never thought about it, but she's
thought about it. I mean, that's something else.
Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, but not like wanting to do it.
Yeah,
I've thought about how disgusting it would be.
It
would be very disgusting if I ever,
So you've never ever tried? You've never ever been lit and she's there and you there?
Nah, we've been lit together, but even when we lit, we still like brother and sister. It's never
too close. It just will never happen.
Tried anything. We would never. Nah, we're not like friends. She's like my little sister.
You also often get accused of fake humble, like where people say, Cassper's so fake humble, like he's always acting humble, but he's always bragging. What did your response to that be?
We live in a society where people get offended by confidence. And especially if you of yourself, if you know yourself, people get, like for instance, I love jewelry. Yeah. And like I wear a very expensive watches. Yeah. And I worked hard for it. Yeah. And then I'll go buy it and I'll post it and then I'll speak about how amazing this watch is. Yeah. For somebody else, that's offending because I'm speaking about my watch.
But you've actually got it.
But I've got it and I worked hard for it. So what they hear is you don't have this watch. Yeah. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I worked hard for this watch and I appreciate my watch. Or I'll rap about my car, which is 4.2 million rand that I worked for. And I never used to have it. And the reason why I do that is so that the kid that's in the township that doesn't have anything, he needs to know that he could do it too. Yeah. Because there's someone who comes from the same place. And it used to confuse me a lot when people used to say I'm arrogant, because I used to sit down and I'm like, am I actually arrogant? I didn't grow up being told that I'm arrogant. Did money change me and all of this stuff? Then, I started covering myself. Like, you know what, man, people are going to talk regardless, So the fact that I still have the same people that I used to have before my fame and they're not offended by my personality and they still think I'm still the same person. Yeah. I'm good. I don't think everybody will understand me.
This one often, whenever you release like a single, Nadia's got such hot, how come she doesn't have an album? Cassper's always pushing his own songs first and pushing his artists back. Yeah. Like, do you push yourself more than you push your own artists? Is it an easy balance to find when you're the boss?
It's not.
Maybe that's the first question.
It's not an easy balance because I'm still an artist and I'm still working on myself and pushing myself. And everything that I do as an artist comes from me being an artist. So I'll use my personal capacity to promote myself. Yeah. Right? And then there's the label that does everything for everybody, right? And we don't dictate how much first of all, music people should put out. We don't dictate how much people should promote themselves. Like Nadia will release what she wants to release. She still has to come to me and say, what do you think of this, and get my opinion. But Nadia, I'll never stop Nadia from releasing a song. You know what I'm saying? Unless I think the
song is whack.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Tero works at his own pace.
Tero.
Yeah, he's amazing. He works at his own pace, and he takes time. And when Tero is taking time, then people now end up saying it's me. So, you know, I think it's happened to everybody. KO had a label, they tuned him out, and I think that's why I probably won't sign too many acts, because, you know, people think, first of all, why would I be competing with people that I've signed?
With your staff?
Yeah, so I don't think people understand the dynamics. And no, I don't prioritize myself or keep the budget for myself or anything like that.
Are you and Gemini Major cool? Obviously, I know you guys have always obviously come at we brothers. But for me, I always felt like you put him on, and then the way he left. Yeah. Cassper, me being Zulu, my man.
Here's the thing about like being a cool human being. Yeah. You know, just like a chill guy. Like when Gemini left, I told him it's gonna bomb, and and I didn't even try and come with contracts or anything. I said, yo, this is a wrong move. But it's okay, because I've been I've been in a position where I wanted to leave. I wanted to get out of a record label or whatever, and I wasn't allowed to. So I know how it feels to want to move as an artist. So I gave him that opportunity and say leave, but you know it's not gonna work out. Yeah. And he left, and it didn't work out. And then he came back, and we're friends now, and we speaking.
But you're watching him like, hey.
We speaking. It's kind of like I told you so. But because I allowed him to do that, it also gave us a platform to be cool forever. Like he'll never hate me because he was able to explore that and do that for himself. And he's his own man now. So if I didn't allow him to do that, then he probably would have hated me. No matter how successful he was going to be with me. He would have always
thought that had you let him go,
it was going to be better on the other side. You know,
you
had
to let him find out for himself.
Yeah, so we mad cool. I'm probably cooler or closer to Gemini than a lot of, you know, artists.
Biggest one, before I forget, this is one for the guys. Obviously, you've always had this thing about Mini Dlamini. Yeah. So did all of us. And I really thought that you were the one that'll do it for all of us. Yeah. How close did you get?
I got very close, bro.
There's no what Bongani wants to hear.
But it didn't happen.
It never happened.
So Mags has a thing called the Fast Facts. Mags, how does it work?
So I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to give you choice.
Yeah.
Answer it as quickly and as
choice
honestly.
Is a condom. Or it used to be.
Well, it's not what you want to choose in some of these questions. So as quickly and as honestly as possible. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Boiti Nadia Nakai.
Nadia Nakai.
FNB Stadium or the Dome?
FNB Stadium.
Kwaito or rap?
Kwaito.
Lebo Matosa or Brenda Fuss?
Lebo Matosa. No, Brenda Fuss. No, I'm sorry. No. That's the OG. Brenda's the OG.
Which video? Malusi Gigaba or Emtee?
Malusi Gigaba, because
listen,
because I'm a big deal.
You know what? Out of everyone that's done the fast track, you have been
the best,
hands down. Yes, well
Thank
done.
you. But you also had like dope options. I mean, it's very easy to pick between big and small. You know.
This one. And then, of course, Cassper, for me, man, I just want to say I wish you the best of luck with filling up Moses Mabhida Stadium. The date is the 1st of December. The tickets are actually available right now at CompuTicket.
Yes.
Trust me, East Coast Drive is literally going to be in there from now leading up. So we're literally telling you we want to be part of it. We want to get this thing done. And for coming through, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a refreshing interview.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.